Hello, and welcome to Redefining the Significance of You Time for You, by you, because of you. My name is Denise Drinkwalter, and I am a midlife renewal coach supporting women around the globe to lean into and realize the importance of you. This channel aims to provide you, the viewer, with some takeaways that will help you shift, change, reevaluate, and or even become more aware of what is possible. We have a variety of guests sharing life experiences that have helped them become the incredible human beings that they are today. Every one of us, hands up in the room if you get this one, has had that infamous free time sometime in our lives where we maybe felt guilty, embarrassed, maybe just felt wrong for taking out time for ourselves. We are here to change that and support you to see what is possible for you when you take the time for you, by you, because of you. I had a guest scheduled, and due to circumstances beyond control, she has been unable to attend right now. So I wanted to jump on here and I wanted to talk to everyone about a very, very important subject that I see a variety of clients over the years I've been coaching since 2018. And that's around communication. Communication is a cornerstone of success in our lives. And when I say communication, most of us in the room think about the way that we send messages and or receive messages from others. However, today's topic is going to be about communication to self. So, what I'm talking about a lot of time happens inside of our heads, our self talk. Now, I have spent a number of years examining, looking at the whole concept of self talk and what it does and what we do with self talk, how much self talk happens in a day to day basis. I'm not sure the stats are even consistent or caught up, but when I did research quite a few years ago, it was anywhere from 50,000 to 75,000 thoughts a day that added to our self talk. And I would wonder what you would say. If you are watching this on the replay, please put a message in if you are watching this, because I would love to know how many of you believe that self-talk, out of the 50 to 75,000 thoughts that we have in our minds every single day, how many of those are positive self-talk? How much of that is actually positive? If you are watching this on the replay, type in now, how much do you think of the thoughts that we have during the day are positive self-talk thoughts that we have? If you said there was way more negative self-talk for general population, you would be absolutely correct. Now, when I say negative self-talk, I'm not talking the big, heavy, what I'm going to call the big, heavy words that we use against ourselves, but more around defeatist attitudes. More like, well, I can't do that, or I wish I could, or, well, that didn't go the way I expected. All of those negative components, they actually build up and they build up and they build up over time. And after a while, we don't even recognize when we think these thoughts, when we say these thoughts internally inside of our minds. If you believe, like I believe, our bodies are all energy. Everything around us is energy. And so when we add that self-communication, those negative thoughts, those negative sighs even, our energy increases in terms of that negative energy. And then we get down on ourselves. We get resistance. We feel like we can't. So in the overarching concept, what I think is imperative is that we begin to become aware. Begin to notice the thoughts that you have inside of your head during the day. Catch yourself in those thoughts. What are they? Are they positive? Are they negative? Are they positive? Are they negative about yourself? Are they positive? Or are they negative about others? Start taking notice. Start to actually tune into how you think about yourself, how you think about situations. Are you looking at it as a glass half full or the glass half empty? We can shift our needle, and when we shift our words, that is a really huge beginning step to help us move that needle from our self-talk being negative and down on ourselves and feeling like we can't do. And when we start to shift after taking notes of awareness, how are we talking to ourselves? How are we talking about others? How are we thinking about others? Is it all in the negative? Is it all in the down in the dumps? Or is it a positive shift? Start to really notice what it is you are focusing on. When you start to become aware, that is when you can start to make change. If you are not even aware of how much it is happening in your everyday, you are going to have a much harder time taking steps to correct, to self-correct, to self-engage, to change your energy. And when you start to do this step by step, tiny bit by tiny bit, things will start to change for you. So when you begin taking note and start to see, and you can do this very simply. I call them T-charts. It's the easiest way to do it. I'll show you what I mean when I say a T-chart. I'm just going to do it right now. It's a line. Okay, so you literally do that. Do a positive on one side and a negative on the other side. And all you have to do, remember in school when you did the markers to show 5 very quickly? Do 4 lines and a line across, that's 5, and then you can count them up at the end of the day. So do a positive and a negative. Do it 3 times in a week. Choose a day. Do not beat yourself up if you don't do it every single time you have a thought, but take a week, carve it out, choose 3 days in that week, and make this chart. And then what you can start to see is, where am I spending majority of my silent thoughts, my self-talk inside my own head? What is that self-talk coming out to be? When you begin to get that awareness, things will start to show up for you. You will start to be able to shift your language. And you can do this very quickly, very quickly. It does not have to be, oh my gosh, I've got to sit and do like 20 minutes of studying and I have to memorize words that I need to use. One that I use a lot with my clients is I hear a lot this word come out when we are talking. This is for the visual learners in the crowd. I have to fix that. I have to go and get my car. I have to, and it's when I have to do it, even though you do have to do it, when you say have to, when you add it to that, to do, and if it's, especially if it's something you don't want to do, the have to weighs you down. Instead of saying I have to, it's like I just froze for a second. Instead of saying I have to, change it to I get to. That is a very, very simple, interchangeable word, means the same, but it lifts the energy into the positive field instead of keeping it in the negative, have to. So say I get to, because get indicates opportunity. Your brain does not understand the words you are using, whether they are real or not. All of it is real to the brain. So if you say, I have to make supper, and it's something you don't like to do, you can start to shift that by saying, I get to make supper. It's an opportunity. It's not something that is a challenge. Have to is a challenge word. Get to is an opportunity. And just by using that shift in words, you can start to move that needle from the challenge or negative self-talk into the positive or opportunity self-talk. I'm not saying that we are putting rose-colored glasses on and pretending that everything is amazing. What I am saying is it's important to understand how you take time every day with those 50 to 70,000 words that you use in a day, inside your own mind, how you get to begin to shift those so that you are providing a healthier mind diet than you are currently absorbing. Okay, so just begin with your positive and negative T-chart. Do 3 days in a week. Notice and become more aware of your self-talk, about yourself and about others. I would in order to really make this stick good and solid, I would start with just noticing the talk that you do about yourself. And that's a great place to start. And then the other tip I've given is change from I have to I get to. If you have not yet seen, you can dig even further and keep this momentum as you start to recognize how you're communicating to yourself, because how you communicate to yourself is also how your belief in who you are also, it's an example of who you believe that you are. So when you start to change your talk, you will start to shift your belief in yourself at the same time. And if you have not yet seen, you can move your needle even more and get more specific in all the areas in your life by checking out and grabbing For You, By You, Because of You, this guided journal for empowered women. It is in Amazon, and it's in all of the Amazons across the globe, I'm pretty sure. All you have to do is look up my name. You can see it on the screen there, Denise Drinkwalter, and it is For You, By You, Because of You, a guided journal for empowered women. What I have done is set up an original, the first page is an overview for weeks. For the week, what do you want to have over your week? What are some goals that you want to accomplish over the week? And then I have daily entries that you get to do. And I have had people reach out and ask me, but you haven't described how to use it. And so what has happened is I left it open-ended enough. It's a framework that you can use, that you can move in the way that you choose to move your needle. The idea behind it is to provide consistency in your life so that when you make record of what it is you want to work on and why you want to work on it, then what you can do is look back over time and see where you started and see how much you have actually grown over the process, over the time you've used it. I know that I've done that in the past, and what happens is I didn't even realize how much I have grown until I actually went and looked at the book and realized, oh my goodness, I used to think this. I used to believe that. That's no longer who I am. Look how much I've grown. And it's all in your book because it's a hard copy. You get to write right in it so it doesn't get lost in your technology. If you're anything like me, you've got so much technology on the go that it's hard to keep up. In this book, there's also there's a freebie that you can pick up. There's a QR code, and you'll be able to access a free document that will help you with self-nourishment, because I'm all about self-care for you, by you, because of you, hence the station name, hence our name of our show. And the other thing is an opportunity to join a private Facebook group where we are Midlife Mavericks. You can join that private Facebook group and access more content that I have sitting in there that will help you grow in whichever direction you are wanting change in. So if you're stuck in something, if you're thinking, I don't know what to do, I don't know where to start, jump into that group. After buying this book, you'll get the access code to jump into that private group. And you can ask me questions in there anytime. I've got all kinds of videos in there to help you with all kinds of areas of your life as a woman in midlife years. And I was going to show you that the week is very simply laid out. One thing that you can do for you. So you start by choosing one thing that you want to do for yourself during that week. And then what you get to do is at the end of the week, you get to go back and see whether or not you did that for you, by you, because of you. I do find that when I write it down, it actually does happen. And some of the questions that I have put in here really help you to slow down and self-reflect. This is your journal. It is your business. Nobody else needs to know about it, see it, have anything to do with it. If that is something that you want to start to actually take action in your life, this is a cannot be without book that you need to have in your possession, because we will guide you through all of it, and things will start to happen because you will take intentional action just by starting to write it down. The questions that I have in here, the way I have you think about things, is not the way normal journals work. We go deep, we go quick, we go fast, and it doesn't hurt one little bit. So if this resonates with you, for you, by you, because of you, the guided journal for empowered women, a beautiful cover that was created for me in a joint partnership that I did. I hired a person to help me do that, and she did a wonderful, wonderful job. And it is found on Amazon. So go and get your copy today and help you move the needle for you forward, for you, by you, because of you. Have a wonderful rest of your day, rest of your week, and don't forget to take some of those actions to start to understand how you are doing communication within your own mind, the self-talk. Become aware of how you are talking to yourself, and use the tip that say I have to, say I get to, and start to notice how things begin to change for you. Take care of yourselves, and we will have our special guest on, Penny, when we can reschedule and get her here. Have a great day, everyone. Take care. Bye.